Let us look at our gross domestic product. With this, Abby Joseph Cohen. There's 14 ways to go here. But Abby, what a lot of people don't know is you really care about statistics and their veracity, and you're questioning the gloom on productivity, the gloom on GDP. Discuss that.
We're not measuring our economy properly anymore.
We're too pessimistic.
We're too pessimistic because, keep in mind, we don't go out and measure everything. The Commerce Department is not in a position to do that, so we use a sampling technique. And the samples are based upon the way the economy used to look. So we're not properly picking up a good deal of what happens in the service economy, nor are we picking up a lot of the cool new stuff that's happening in the manufacturing economy. Think of it this way. In the 1950s, about 30% or more of our workers were in manufacturing. Now it's under 10%. Yet, if we take a look at manufacturing as a percentage of dollar output of the economy, it's about the same, which means that manufacturing output has grown tremendously. Financial services, other services, we don't know how to measure productivity. So very often, the statistical data revert to zero.
Chairman Greenspan in the middle has talked about this, but then it's the difference between Chairman Powell and Chairman McChesney Martin across 50 or 60 years. Is Powell behind because he's wedded to Phillips curve certitude?
I'm not sure that Mr. Powell is wedded to anything other than trying to do the best possible job, and he's fortunate to have an outstanding staff. And they're certainly well aware of it, but the people at the Fed, like all the rest of us, need to understand, and they do, that the data that we're all trying to use are in many cases flawed. And one of the things that I'm concerned about is that we're not properly taking into account some of the things that Paul Sweeney addressed, and that is the impact not just on productivity, but also on GDP growth of some of these newer technologies.
Is that what economists are getting wrong, Abby, or is there something else that you worry about? That, economics, I don't know whether it's economic models or actual economists misjudge?
I am concerned that we're not giving proper attention to technology, not for a lack of trying. It's just that we don't have the data at this point, and the Commerce Department is not collecting it as we need. I'm also concerned that we're not collecting data properly in the service sector. And the other big area, of course, is multinational trade. About the only place we have good data is U.S.-Canada, where we collect excellent data in both directions across that border. But for many other countries, and for many companies, we don't know from a macro standpoint what those supply chains look like.